15th to 31st October 2016 Astro events to the end of October. A message from Sarah Vargas. Webpage www.astroawakenings.co.uk. Razor sharp truth and compassionate grace. The second half of October is characterized by dynamic, forthright energy which requires careful handling. As always, it's our choice how we use it, but if we allow it to dictate the shape of things to come, we may become embroiled in some unpleasant situations best avoided. If, however, we muster as much conscious awareness as possible, we can draw upon this energy to power our intentions, fuel our commitment, and tackle things that usually overwhelm us before we've even begun. 15th, 23rd October sees a conjunction between Mars and Pluto in Capricorn, supercharging our ability to get things done and break through obstacles which previously hindered progress. Consider your most important goal at the moment, that thing which sets your heart aflame, and then commit, during this week, to focusing intensely upon it, doing what must be done to progress. Think of this alliance between Mars and Pluto as an energy upgrade, sharp and intense, incisive and efficient. Where our minds usually wander, it keeps them focused. Where our emotions tend to cloud things, it brings clarity. Where effort usually wanes, it sustains and then magnifies it. A word of warning: though Mars and Pluto aligned in this way have a reputation for causing trouble, and it's not an entirely unfair one. Tempers can run high, frustrations bubble over, and power games flourish. After all, one person's goal may not be the ideal outcome for someone else, and we may encounter greater obstacles as we commit more deeply to our soul desires. Which is why sensitivity is also needed now, as other people may not share our vision but instead see change as a threat to their status quo. Is this a reason to abandon our aspirations? No. Is it a reason to initiate dialogue? Yes, if necessary and possible. For the more we carry others with us, and allow them to carry us too, the better for everyone. With Jupiter now in Libra, what we achieve together releases great power, and relationships are the place where some of our greatest blessings await. So it's important they be honored even as we commit to walking our own path in our own way and support others to do the same. Finding this balance of independence and intimacy is key to using the current energies in a dynamically positive way. October 16th, 4:24 UT, sees a full moon in the 24th degree of Aries conjunct the ongoing Uranus-Eris conjunction. This fiery moon challenges us to find the highest expression of our egoic drives and allow the winds of change to blow through our lives. Establishing balance between proactively shaping our life and surrendering to a higher power which shapes it from another place is key. We simply cannot do everything through sheer force of will, but must, when necessary, allow divine will to flow through us, becoming our own. We must learn to read the signs in our own lives, the things that flow and the things that don't. The goals we struggle to realize and those which manifest with ease. The activities which raise our energy and those which drain it before we've begun. This moon speaks of a need for brutal honesty, primarily with ourselves. She demands we view our life with dry eyes, not through tear-stained despair. She doesn't care how we got to where we are, who did what to whom, where we went wrong or were misled. Recrimination and blame have no place in her world. She simply wants us to see without emotion where we are now and what we can do about it. If we love where we are at, fine. Capitalize on what's working to love it even more. If we don't, this moon offers challenging but sage advice about the effort needed to shift ourselves onto a different track. If we're looking for a sympathetic hearing and space to feel our feelings, we won't get it at this time. But if we want a cold, hard and perceptive appraisal of the unavoidable next step, we have a wonderful lunar guide. So listen closely, turn within, hear the voice of truth speak words you may have resisted before. Drop that resistance. Something is being said you really need to hear. Resolve to hear it, no matter how it feels. There is truth in this moon, razor sharp and precious as gold. As the lunar intensity begins to wane, Venus enters Sagittarius on October 18th, where she remains until November 12th. In doing so, she brings a much welcome lift. Venus in Sagittarius is unwavering in her belief that life is meant to be fun, no matter how much evidence to the contrary she encounters along the way. She just can't be contained, beaten down or held back. Life for her is a game, so we need to play it and play it good, because whilst she loves to play, she likes to come out on top too, victorious in her positivity. Given the intensity we've endured for so long, it would be easy to dismiss her enthusiasm as unrealistic. How can we possibly come out to play when there's so much going on? But Venus is not irresponsible, immature or blind to the enormity of these times. She simply recognizes that no one can do intensity 24/7, and anyone who thinks they can, or, more to the point, thinks they should, is missing the whole point of life's rich tapestry. It doesn't have to be either or, it can actually be both, and both intense and fun, scary and exciting, depressing and hopeful, painful and liberating. Venus is trailblazing right now, reminding us there are all manner of frequencies out there, and sometimes we need to retune ourselves to a more light-hearted one, simply to shift our own energy and get the mind and spirit flowing once more. Fun liberates. In this respect, Venus is far from irresponsible or out of touch, but in fact deeply wise. We've had it tough for long enough, she says. Time to lighten up and put a smile on our face. It doesn't mean we neglect what we know must be done, simply that we know it's not all there is to life, and sometimes its other sides need a look in. Between October 27th and November 1st, Venus conjuncts Saturn and adopts a more serious hue, not to dampen our spirits but to fortify them, encouraging forward planning whilst remaining open to unseen possibilities. Venus and Saturn reveal the common sense in creativity and the fun in responsibility. We can think outside the box and value the limitations which remove options from the table whilst making others more viable. We cannot do everything, be everything or have everything, but we can choose what matters most and commit to that, mind, body and soul. Venus and Saturn bless this commitment and all our efforts to honor it, for only by appreciating the rules of manifestation in our own life, can we know how to break them in the best possible ways. Meanwhile, the Sun enters Scorpio on October 22nd, followed by Mercury on 24th. Venus has her work cut out for her. Trailblazing in Sagittarius can be hard work, with the watery depths of Scorpio sucking us down. But it doesn't have to feel that way. The incisive wisdom of Scorpio, its resistance to all but the truth, enhances her Sagittarian visions, ensuring they are more than mere fluff and foam but instead rooted deeply in the soil of the spirit and watered by sacred source. If we need to understand more deeply how we arrived where we are, Mercury in Scorpio is eager to hunt for clues. If we wonder what we're missing that would give us the kickstart we need, the Sun is happy to root around in our unconscious to shed light on the source of the problem. A new moon in Scorpio on October 30th, 1739 UT, brings the month to a quiet close. Trining Neptune and conjunct Mercury, it speaks of compassionate understanding born of deep soul wisdom, lifting egoic veils from our eyes. After an intense month, this moon offers some gentle repose and quiet reflection, inviting us to open ourselves to insights previously resisted. Where compassion was lacking at the mid-month full moon, it returns now, highlighting just what it takes to stay on track, to forge ahead when things go wrong or disappointment steals our joy. Wherever we find ourselves at this new moon, we are reminded that self-acceptance is foundational to peace of mind. If we listen to our self-talk and it's harsh and bullying, critical or dismissive, this moon insists that first we care for ourselves as we would a treasured friend. For only then can we embrace the challenges ahead without crumbling and enjoy the triumphs without shame or denial. We are what we are, she reminds us, and what we are is fine, no matter the flaws and failings we are sensitized to perceive. The gentle wisdom of this moon completes October by replacing our harsh, unyielding feelings with a warm and gentle embrace. May each and every one of us be blessed by her compassionate grace. Sarah Vargas. Sarah Vargas 2016 Albanian Lex rights reserved. Permission is granted to freely share these article in its entirety on the condition that full credit is given to the author. It is distributed freely and the URL webpage www.astroawakenings.co.uk is included.